Okay, in this video, we're going to look at some external resources to bring in design elements from out in the world into our own projects. First, we're going to go to iconfinder.com, which is a website that where people who design icons share them for free and download them for free. And then we're going to go to Figma community briefly to take a look at some stuff that's within Figma that people have published and offered up for usage. Okay, so first I'm going to go to iconfinder.com. And this is a great resource, like I said, for finding icons. I'm going to look for a share icon. So when I go here and I click on something, you might notice some of them are actually free and some of them are paid. So right now these are free, so that's good. But you can sort by free here, just to make sure that you're not paying for stuff. People do pay for stuff in design, especially when they really like it, but we're gonna stick to free now for obvious reasons. Okay, so I'm looking at these share icons. I don't really have a huge attachment to any of these. Let's see about the purple one. Okay, so what we want here is SVG. Okay, so that we talked about this back in the Illustrator days. It's a vector graphic file, and that means it's scalable. It's a scalable vector graphic. That's what it stands for, SVG. Look, I know stuff. Okay, so I'm going to click on that guy. I'm going to download it, right? It's downloading to my desktop. That's where I have things saved like that. It's got a funky name, so I'll have to kind of remember that. Now I'm going to go back to Figma. I am going to go to my wireframe example. I'm going to, this is something I haven't shown you yet. So we're going to go to the shapes menu, which is a weird place to put this, but we're going to click on place image or video. Okay, and this allows us to kind of draw the dimensions of the thing that we're placing. So I'm going to go ahead and place this image. Let's see here, where did I put it? Here it is. It had a funny name. It's got share in there somewhere, but it's got a bunch of numbers, so that makes it a little bit tricky. Okay, and so I'm gonna zoom in here. I think it's easiest to, hitting the space bar for the hand icon, which is sort of not working. And then I'm gonna draw it right here, right? And it kind of allows us to draw the dimensions of the image as we place it. And so you'll notice that this is kind of like wonky dimensions, but if I hold down shift, it will scale it so that it retains all the proportions. So I'm gonna make it like sort of so that it's about as big as my burger menu there. And then I'm gonna kind of place it right there. So there we have it. I'm also gonna go back. I'm gonna look for a home icon. I made the mistake of hitting button and all of them were paid, so don't hit button because really just looking for the icon here. Hey, that's purple, that works. I'm going to download SVG. It's kind of going rather quickly now. Back to Figma. Gonna go place image. And what did I call that one? There it is, home. And so same thing, I'm going to hold down shift so that it preserves the ratio. So now I have a home button here. It's about the same size. And then the last thing I'm going to do is a shopping cart. So I'm going to put that in there, right? Purple. What do you know? We're getting lucky here. Okay, so I'm going to download that in SVG. Man, we're going so fast here. We might be going too fast for you. Once again, place image. I'm going to go to the bottom. Shopping cart. There it is. Open. And I'm going to draw it in, holding shift, like this. Okay, and then I'm going to place these up here. And then one thing I haven't shown you yet, but I want to show you is grouping. We did this in Photoshop and Illustrator, but you may not remember, and that's fine. Now I'm looking at this. I really want to turn my burger menu purple, but we can do that later, or you can do that later. I'm going to kind of click and drag and draw a rectangle, and then I've got all of these selected. And now I'm holding down Command and G. So now they are grouped, and I can move them as a group. So I can put them over here, right? And there's a burger menu there already, so maybe I'll just group these guys. Ungroup. I think think it's... Anyway, you get it. There's a way to ungroup it that's pretty easy, but I don't want to like look for it right now and make the video super long. Okay, so here we go. So that's icons, right? And those are icons that you can use for your designs. Now we're going to check out Figma Community. So I'm going here in Figma, okay? Community, there's a few ways to get to it. You can go to this little guy, the home, and then it's at the bottom, Explore Community. The other thing you can do is this little globe thing at the top, and this is what the home page looks like. And so Figma Community are all these like icons, plugins, templates, virtual assets. You'll see what that means as you explore it, that other people have designed that you can use. Okay, so I just read that Apple is now part of this. Okay, so that's big news, right? So I'm double clicking on this guy. Oops, it's not quite what I wanted. Okay, so here is Apple's page for iOS 17 and iPad OS 17. So I'm going to open this in Figma. And then if you notice, it made a tab up here for this. Okay, and this used to work a little differently, and I find this a little confusing. But if I go over here and I do components, it takes a second to load because there's a lot going on here. So these are all things you can use, right? Remember in Figma, if I select something and then I hold down Shift and 2, it fills the screen with the selection. So here's a keyboard that I can use, right? I can copy and paste this into my own design files, and it's legal for me to use that, right? And so there's a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's just take another look. Not sure what all this means. I think these are like color picker, you know, windows, panels maybe is what you would call them, so that you can use these in your sites too. Little icons and waiting screens, and I think we'd have to kind of like have better examples about how to use this, but you can actually use these in your designs. Okay, we're going to continue to explore these external resources, design resources that are on the web and within Figma Community, but I hope this is a good introduction. I'll see you in the next video.